In this month alone, 5 people, including 2 children, have died because they had no working smoke alarm and no escape plan. The motto for the Special Olympics is let me win, but if I cannot win, then let me be brave in the attempt. So even when participants feel like giving up, you can hear the crowd cheering them on to finish the race. Now this hayride is just one of the things that the farm has to offer. As you can see, it also has a petting zoo and a corn maze, so it's plenty of activities for the family. I'm trying my hardest not to slip and fall. Take a look. This whole street in the Barton Hill neighborhood is nothing but a sheet of ice. The rain isn't stopping the Good Friday festivities. Behind me are thousands of Catholics marching to reenact the walk that Jesus Christ took to his crucifixion. So I just finished climbing Mount Rushmore, and I must say this will be a great facility to bring your family to. In Laurel, I'm Latif Majid, CTV News. Police said that one way to prevent yourself from looking like easy prey to a thief while you're at an ATM machine or simply walking to your car is to make sure that you have your keys in your hand, your phone is easily accessible, and that you're aware of your surroundings so that if something doesn't look right, you can quickly jump in your car, start it up, and drive to safety. Imagine receiving a phone call saying an unknown person has moved into your home. That's what happened to one Cheltenham family when they relocated to California, then discovered this woman, Queena Johnson, broke into their home and forged documents to make it look like she was the owner.
Basically, she found a home, a vacant home, set up shop, moved her family in, and it turns out the owners had moved away to California. They had not abandoned the property, it was just simply vacant.
Queena Johnson broke into this house, making it her home, and when the rightful owners tried to evict her, well, she filed a civil suit against them.
I think that that's disrespectful. I don't think that it should have taken this long to get them out.
Tyler White, a neighbor and friend of the owners, says something seemed suspicious about Johnson and her family.
They were leaving like out of state, and then they were saying that they were going to have family come and like rent the house out or just occupy it for the time that they were gone, because they weren't supposed to be gone this long. So when they came over and introduced themselves, they were like, oh, we're cousins, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. It's finally good to see you.
Michael Riker, a retired police officer who served 20 years on the force, says he's never seen any case like this.
Oh, it's nuts. It's nuts. I mean, I thought that the house had foreclosed in the beginning, and then I saw somebody move into it, and I said, wow, maybe somebody bought it from the bank. And then the whole house went dark again, and I said, who knows what's going on with this thing.
Johnson is scheduled to be sentenced in March, and she faces up to 69 years in prison. In Cheltenham, I'm Latif Majid, CTV News. Right now, things are moving smooth on the Beltway, but that wasn't the case this morning. It took motorists hours to get to work for commutes that normally take 30 minutes or less. Some residents stayed home and cleared off their sidewalks. Others were stuck in traffic.
You had EMS up there trying to help people come up the hill because it was so icy underneath the snow.
Curtis Richardson says that it took him over an hour to get to work because traffic was so backed up.
Usually, if I go 183, it's a half hour. If I go to Beltway, it's 20 minutes.
Richardson, who works for the school system, says that he was already on his way when the board decided to close classes for the day.
That's how bad the roads were. And as of, I left there about an hour ago, and they still haven't been touched. 193 hasn't been touched up in the Greenbelt area at all.
The Department of Public Works and Transportation sent 125 trucks out this morning to plow the roadways. But since the snow hit during rush hour, it made it difficult to treat the streets.
We were putting down salt, but with that amount of cars on the roadway, it makes it more difficult to treat the roads.
Officials say that motorists should still be extra cautious while traveling over bridges and ramps because they are the first to freeze.
Stay alert, keep a safe distance between the cars. As you said, it may look like it's roadway or slush, but with the temperatures being at freezing, you have the chance that it can be frozen.
Now, as I was traveling this afternoon, I actually saw a car that had slid into the back of a Metro bus. So as you're traveling this evening, just be careful because as the temperature drops, the roads will become icier. In Largo, I'm Latif Majid, CTV News.
We got to climb, we got to go and slide.
You may get in trouble for climbing the real Abraham Lincoln Monument, but you can fake it at Climb Zone USA.
Some of the themes were just sitting down with the owner and some other friends and just thinking what would be really cool to climb.
Tammy Kenrick imported the concept from New Zealand.
The facility here in Maryland is basically the first one in America for Climb Zone. It's one of a kind. All our walls are themed to art, to monuments, to just imagination.
And art it is with masterpieces such as pirate ships, the Eiffel Tower, and even balloons that light up. TME Kendrick says that what makes this facility different is that you can climb unique things like these dinosaur bones of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Janae Wood says it's her first visit, but she looks forward to coming back.
Loved it. I mean, it was just freaking awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to bring their kid here? I mean, I think I'm coming back next week.
General Manager Keith Levinson says the facility is for people of all ages.
Yeah, we have as young as a 2-year-old up to a 73-year-old has climbed in our facility. Because it's an auto belay system, they clip in themselves. So what we do when we first come into the gym is show them how to put a harness on, and then we make sure it's tightened and it's secured in the proper area, and then we instruct them on how to clip into the system, because the safety is really, once you're secured, you're set.
So I just finished climbing Mount Rushmore, and I must say this will be a great facility to bring your family to. In Laurel, I'm Latif Majid, CTV News.